Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Jersey and today we are doing part 2 of the bridges, builds and structures. Alright, so where we left off, we were working on this corner. And this corner, I'm gonna tell you right now, it was tricky. I could not get it going. I was trying so hard and every aspect, every design, every idea that I came up with, it just was not working. First, I found the bridge to still be too long now, since I'm gonna be working on the end of the other one, the one that we see right now behind there. I know I was gonna work on that. So, and I knew I wanted at least 2 squares of space, right? 2 squares, that way I feel like I have a little walkway, because we're gonna have to, from going down the stairs, we are gonna have to turn, and then it leads to the next walkway that's gonna lead you to the museum or to the courtyard. So I knew I needed to make the bridge shorter, and then it was the decision how short to make it. And here what we're watching, I was testing it and seeing it before I set it down to see what aesthetically looked better. And I found that this being this little short right here was gonna make the build feel better. But then I noticed that it was too high. I kind of wanted this one to be a little more level to the ground. That way when you're walking on it, you're not too high compared with the little garden or getting close to the courtyard or the museum type of wall. So we went ahead and did it in the lowest tier before we start hitting the water. And once I found that this length of the bridge worked, then we finally had a good set piece. And so I was like, okay, so now I got the length, so now we can move on to work around the area. And I knew I wanted more water on the other side. That way when you're walking on the bridge, it's a little more pleasing to the eye, instead of just having for me at least, having already the hedges next to it, just to have a little more water. So now I'm trying to build, like I've done in every other bridge right now, on the structure, doing kind of what I've always been doing, making the pillars, so I can have like the brick connecting to the bridge, right? But in this particular scenario here, it was not working. It kept feeling everything too cramped, and the area was small, that I was not able to make it work the way I wanted. And we're gonna see that I'm gonna be trying back and forth, trying to make this area feel better than what it's coming out to be. And then as I'm progressing through this build and testing now, I wanted to see if I change instead of brick, make it all cement. But I was not buying it, so as you can see, we're taking it off. So as we're watching him right now building all this, I'm gonna go a little bit ahead of time and what went through my mind. And we got to a point that I started taking all the little like walls off, right? And just let me start again kind of flat in the area and see how can then work my way up again. And once I did that, I started noticing that I was kind of liking the way it was looking more flat, not having a wall, the one where the water sat. And then an idea came, and I was like, what if I make this like a boat dock? You know, like, okay, so we have like everybody's seeing right now in the last couple videos, when you look at my map, the town hall, it's its own little island, right? And we got water going all around it, and then we got all these bridges that are leading now to all the parts of the island. And so I was thinking, okay, so if I just imagine, like, if the villagers or anybody else, or you know, you're doing your rowboat or you're doing a jet ski, and I was like, okay, so I only got one section where people can park their boats, right? And it's where the town hall's at, where's the deck areas at, with the umbrellas and all that stuff. So I was like, what if I make another section. So you're going around and you can park your boat right here and go into the museum. And once that idea came, I was like, I think this is gonna look really good. It's something that's gonna make sense. It's something that eventually I wanna make another rowboat and kind of park it there, and then I have more things to decorate with, and it's just gonna give it a little bit of a look, you know. And so once I decided to do that, then I decided also on the other side of the bridge that is the right there when we're looking at on the left now, that section that connects to the bridge going up the stairs, I decided, you know what if I make another dock area right there too, and I can clear all these trees. Let's just make it open. Let's just make the area feel less crowded, more that way it can just kind of flow better. And when you're standing there, you can kind of see towards the town hall at the same time, but at the same time we can build another rowboat and park it right there. And once those ideas started rolling, I was feeling so much better, and I was like, okay, we have a plan, we know where we are designing, and here we go. And so from there on, then the more of the builds came a little more naturally. And so the next part was, I knew I needed to work on the corner that's gonna lead from the going down the stairs, and it's gonna lead towards the museums and the courtyard, those little patios that we made. So first I was like, okay, well, let me make sure this entrance for the bridge right here is, I'm not have to like move it, everything is coming, I have all the right lengths and all that before I start taking down a corner where the sidewalk is gonna curve in and attach to the other one. And it was good that I did it, because I noticed right here I needed to do one more pillar. So I was like, okay, so we have it, let's just finish it, let's make everything on the right height, that way it's equal to the other side of the entrance. And once I had it, I was like, okay, now I know what I need to do. And that's when you're gonna see we're gonna cut down the trees, take the garden lamp out, take a couple of the hedges out, and then we're gonna work on that corner. And at the same time, we're gonna bring hedges again right behind the bench, and then we're gonna close that out. And once we did that, then the corner felt good. Everything felt like there's a purpose. Everything is flowing. There's design aspect. And for right now, for at this moment, when I look at it, it's looking good. It's looking pleasing. I don't feel like something doesn't make sense, something is just off, something is not correct. And it's slowly, this section finally is feeling more complete. And we are, and there's nothing better than feeling like something is actually working and is coming together. Okay, so right here, I kind of wanted to add more steps, like leading where the boats are gonna be parked. And I was trying to play with it right here, and it wasn't working too well. I still don't like, and it could be just me that it just bothers me. But when a stair is facing one way and the other stair is facing the other way, but it's just the steps kind of hang, they kind of overlap, and I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. So okay, so now I wanted to finish working on that little section on the back wall. So I kind of took one out, made it more flat, and to see if that felt better. And for at the moment I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it like that and come back to it. Right here I wanted to add stairs just to see if that was better. And it's like, I'm parking the boat, you got the stairs, and then you can get off. I didn't like the look of it. I think I still prefer this look right here. It made it feel more bigger and more like a platform, and so I decided to stick with that for the moment. So here we're clearing all this out, the corner that I said that we were going to be working on, and I've finished putting the correct grass that I was using, and I went ahead and put the hedges. and that way it feels like we have a little fence, right? And it's a little more closed in and all that. So the next thing, this one is being overdue for a long time, and this bridge, when I first placed it, it looked cool, and then once I brought water into this area, it filled up where the steps were gonna be, and it was, I needed the bridge to be lower because where I placed the statue, and when I put the bridge in the normal way in this level, then the statue in the back was not gonna be the same high level. And I don't know why, instead of just raising the statue up one block higher and just redesigning the back, I was like, oh, well, let me put the bridge lower. And then when I brought water into this area, then those steps, water went into the steps, and I was like, oh no. And then I left it like that. But today we managed, and we went ahead and fixed that, because it's something that for me was bothering me for a long time. It's like, oh, look at this bridge, and two corners of the bridge is underwater, and maybe some people like that, and maybe you guys liked it. Maybe you guys thought that I did it on purpose, but telling you it wasn't. It was more a little lazy on my part at the moment. I was like, oh, I'll come back to it, and I never did. But finally, we went ahead, we came back, we did it. So basically, we just raised everything of the design on where the statue's at. We just raised it one higher, and even included the hedges, so we have a little overlap against the back end of the wall. And the funny thing is, this little river that you see, or little riverbank that leads towards the museum, right? Eventually, we're gonna make that river that's gonna come out past the statue, and it's gonna connect like a long river canal, and it's gonna connect towards the town hall river, and it's gonna connect to the main river that leads out. That way, if you're, if you just want to jet ski and just go all around and get out of the area and all that, we're gonna be able to. I want to design it, I want to prepare it and plan it out well, but those are still part of the plan. Okay, so right here, I just went back here because I wanted to see the area one more time, because I'm getting ideas of how I want to connect the riverbank towards the courtyard. So I just went back there real quick because I just kind of wanted to look at it, because I know that's coming up soon. That's kind of where I'm leading once I finish this parts of the bridge, before I start branching out to a whole complete section of the island, right? Where we're gonna put John and put the furniture store and put the clothing store and just all the other stores that we haven't finished, and the other houses. I kind of want to just kind of finish a couple things that are lingering over for now, especially if I'm inspired and I have ideas, and I do have that. I have the inspiration and the ideas to do it. So most likely that's what's gonna fall after we finish the bridges and the connection of this aspect. So right here, I'm looking at this little deck area, right? They're in front of the museum, and one of them is kind of in front of the courtyard. And I was kind of looking at it to see, there's still something when I look at it. I don't know if it's the space is so close to the sidewalk. I don't know if I want to push it one back. I don't know if I want to make it a little less wide, or the other thing that I was thinking of, taking everything off, raising the deck one block, so one height. That way it feels like maybe it's elevated. And so that's my thinking. And so I don't know, I'm not gonna do anything until I'm sure, because it's kind of done, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, and sometimes I do need a day or two to make sure, because you're working on something, then you see something that's different, your mind goes to a whole different place, thinking, oh, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do that, but maybe I do not need to. So I'll come back to that, but that's what you guys were seeing. I was just kind of like measuring, counting, and seeing if, because at that moment that I was standing there, it wasn't feeling right, like oh, I'm not happy with this. But like I said, I'll come back to it. We'll see if everything is feeling later on if I need to do something different or not. So right here I'm looking at the structure and the design aspect of this area, and see if I like how all the bridges that you see when you right here, if everything feels right, if something fell off. Right now everything feels good. Okay, so now we're doing the walkthrough, right? And I will say that a couple things happened. I don't when I came back, I thought I was recording, I thought I hit record, and we missed a little bit more build. So we'll go over that as we get to it. But this right here is one of my favorite things right now. That pillar in the middle of the river connecting two bridges, I just think it gives a look, something different on the island to look at, a whole different aspect, a different design. And I think I want to do more stuff like that in the future, and that's gonna be I don't know where in the island we're gonna do another one like that, but I am excited for that. Okay, so here, as you can see, things already look different, right? I added right down there, I went ahead and extended it out just a little bit more because I wanted the edge to be more concrete, and then I put a fence finally. It just felt a little bit not finished when I was looking at it. And these are some of the things that I thought I was recording, but it was not recording, and I was kind of a little disappointed of it. But we're gonna do the walkthroughs a little slower. So the other thing that we did here is the bridge, I extended it one more to the left. So now we got too wide of the water, and then I finally took the hedges and I added the iron fence, and I think it just opened up that area, right? It just made it feel more open, like visually you can see through it, you can see the water. I still want to take more of that lasting of dirt, that way more fish can populate or stuff like that. Maybe I put mud, so maybe natural, like I don't know, seaweed or whatever it is that grows under the water. So here we're looking at it during the day, how everything is looking now that I did those small changes. And yeah, visually I'm pleased, and design wise I'm very pleased too. I like how everything is coming out and looking and feeling, and yeah, and it's just a picture perfect moment. That's probably a picture that I'm gonna use for the thumbnail for this video. So here again, everything now we're looking at it during the day. I like how this area feels now. I like when we added the bench, that we have a little seating area. I feel like all the bridges are connecting well and there's space, it doesn't feel too cramped. Here is the other one. This one was, I feel like, the most complicated one that I had to do, because I got stairs and two bridges, and the way the layout of the island was, I needed to work a little bit harder, but I do like how it turned out at the end. And again, we got the double bridge in the front of the entrance that I really like. This bridge has been here for a while, but now we got both ends finished and feeling good. We're looking at it from this angle right here now. We're looking how the island is looking, and all the bridges, all the design work that we have done. Eventually the high bridge, you know, the third one back there, and then we see the hedges and all the wall down there. I think I'm gonna just put cement, so when we see that, it's just gonna be more kind of concrete, and it's just kind of like a wall holding the museum up. But yeah, those are some of the ideas. There's still a couple more, maybe one more bridge entrance, the one that's leading towards the bank, that we haven't done. But yeah, guys, thank you so much again for watching this video. Don't forget to hit a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and we're gonna see you next time. And the next video, most likely we're gonna be working on the riverbank connecting to the courtyard. Alright guys, see you later, bye.